You didn't find this video by accident. You may think you clicked randomly, that it just showed up in your feed. But the truth is, you are here because a very specific alignment just happened in your life. Something inside you, quiet but persistent, has been preparing you for this moment. And now, your consciousness is ready to hear what it could not have understood before. There are certain points in life when the universe, God, source, whatever name you give it, opens a doorway. This doorway doesn't stay open forever. It's a window of alignment, where the right message reaches you at the exact second your inner world is ready to shift. You might not have realized it until now, but this is that moment for you. Think back to everything you've been feeling lately. The restlessness, the questions, the sense that something bigger is calling you, but you can't quite name it. That's not coincidence. It's your soul knocking, asking if you're ready to step out of the repeating cycles that have kept you small. You've been here before, sensing you're meant for more, but unsure how to take the leap. The difference now is that you're finally listening. You've passed the first part of the test, awareness. And awareness changes everything. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the deeper truth about why you are seeing this now. The invisible test you've already stepped into, and how to know if you'll walk through this opening or let it close and fade away. The universal test. Before every major shift in your life, there is a test. It's not a written exam. It's not something you can study for. It's invisible, and it's always deeply personal. The universal test doesn't ask, are you smart enough? Or are you talented enough? It asks one simple, piercing question. Are you ready to choose differently this time? The moment you become aware of this test is the moment your transformation truly begins. And awareness itself is already proof that something in you has shifted, because most people never even notice the test. They keep repeating old patterns, assuming life is happening to them, never realizing life is actually responding to who they're being. Here's how the test often shows up. You feel an inner nudge to change, to release what's been quietly draining your energy, to take a step towards something unknown but deeply right. But almost immediately, the old fears arrive, the doubts, the reasons why now isn't the right time. This is the test. The universe is asking, will you choose the old comfort or the new calling? What makes this so difficult is that the test often wears the disguise of logic. Your mind will try to convince you to stay safe, to wait, to prepare just a little longer. But deep down, waiting is just another name for avoiding, and avoidance is just fear dressed up in patience. Passing the test doesn't require perfection. It requires a decision, a commitment to act in alignment with the person you are becoming, not the one you've been. Right now, whether you're fully aware of it or not, you're standing at that door. The question is, will you step through, or will you watch it quietly close? Your brain's hidden creation mode. Your brain is not just a storage unit for memories. It's a reality generator, constantly shaping the lens through which you experience life. Every single second, it's processing billions of signals from your senses, filtering them, and deciding what you will experience as real. But here's the part most people never realize. Your brain doesn't show you the world as it is. It shows you the world as you are, colored by your beliefs, your emotional state, and your past conditioning. Deep inside, your subconscious runs powerful programs that dictate what you notice, what you ignore, and what you believe is possible. This is called your reticular activating system, the brain's filter for reality. It determines which opportunities you see and which pass right in front of you unnoticed. When you tell yourself, I'm not ready, your brain obeys. It hides proof of your readiness and magnifies evidence that you should wait. When you say, nothing ever works for me, your brain finds ways to confirm that story. And when you say, I'm open to the new, it starts showing you doors you didn't even know existed. But there's an even deeper layer. Neuroscience shows that the brain changes its wiring, literally reshapes itself, based on repeated focus and action. This is called neuroplasticity. Every time you step toward your calling, you're not just moving forward externally, you're rewiring your inner map of reality. This is why decisive moments matter so much. One courageous choice can reset your brain's filters, causing it to notice possibilities that have been hidden from you for years, quietly waiting for your awareness to catch up. And right now, that's exactly where you are. Your mind is listening. It's waiting for your signal. And the signal it will follow is the decision you make next. Time will not wait. Time is the one resource you can never get back. And yet most people live as if they have endless amounts of it. They postpone dreams. They delay decisions. They say, I'll start when I'm ready. forgetting that readiness is a choice, not a date on the calendar. The truth is, time doesn't pause while you figure things out. The opportunities you feel drawn to have their own lifespans. They appear in your awareness for a reason and at a specific moment, the moment when you are most aligned to take action. If you miss that window, the energy shifts. The door may not open in the same way again, and the chance may never present itself in such perfect alignment. Think about the last time you felt called to do something and hesitated. Days passed, weeks passed. Suddenly, the momentum was gone. What felt urgent became optional. What felt alive became distant. This is how dreams quietly fade, not through failure, but through delay and quiet neglect. The uncomfortable truth is this: life is always moving. You can move with it or against it, but it will not wait for you. The people who create extraordinary change in their lives are not the ones who know the most. They are the ones who act the fastest when the call comes, before the noise of doubt drowns out the whisper of destiny. Right now, time is whispering to you. It's saying, the moment is now. Not next month, not after you have more courage, not after everything feels perfect, because perfect never comes. Courage comes first. Readiness comes after. And every day you hesitate, you're not just postponing change, you're reinforcing the life you say you want to leave behind. The preparation paradox. One of the greatest illusions that keeps people stuck is the belief that they must be fully prepared before they take the leap. It feels safe to think that way. Logical, responsible. But here's the paradox. You can only truly prepare by stepping into what you fear you're not ready for. Preparation is often a mask for procrastination. We tell ourselves we're waiting to learn more, to have more resources, to feel more confident, but what we're really doing is delaying the discomfort of starting. The truth is, readiness isn't a feeling that arrives before action. It's a state you grow into through action, by proving to yourself along the way that you're more capable than you imagined. Think about it. Every breakthrough moment in your life happened before you felt ready. You learned to swim by getting in the water, not by reading about it. You became confident by trying, failing, adjusting, not by waiting until failure was impossible. You became resilient because you faced challenges, not because you waited for life to guarantee safety. The longer you wait for perfect conditions, the more your window of opportunity narrows. Because opportunity doesn't live in perfection. It lives in motion. And the mind loves to trick you here. It will say you're being smart by holding back. You'll be better prepared later, but later rarely comes. Later is a soft word for never. Here's the secret. If the calling is in your heart now, then the resources, ideas, and courage you need will reveal themselves as you move, not before. The preparation you think you're missing is actually on the other side of the step you're avoiding. So the real question isn't, am I ready? It's, am I willing? Because willingness is the only true readiness there is. The internal saboteur. Every time you stand on the edge of a breakthrough, a familiar voice appears in your mind. It sounds rational. It sounds protective. It even sounds like it's looking out for you. But in reality, it's the internal saboteur, the voice that keeps you small under the disguise of wisdom. It whispers things like, you're not ready. What if you fail? It's better to wait until things are more stable. Sometimes it doesn't even sound negative. It might disguise itself as caution, telling you to think things through, be practical, or just wait for the right moment. And while those words seem harmless, they carry one intention: to keep you from stepping into the unknown. The internal saboteur is not your enemy, it's your nervous system's outdated security system. It was designed to keep you safe from danger, but it doesn't understand the difference between a real threat and the fear of growth. To it, any change is risky. Any leap is unsafe. The danger is that this voice knows you intimately. It knows exactly what doubts to trigger, what past failures to remind you of, and what insecurities to amplify. It will even use memories from years ago to justify why you should stay small. And if you listen long enough, it will convince you to step back from the very thing that could change your life. The key is not to silence this voice, but to recognize it for what it is. A sign you're moving towards something important. If you weren't about to grow, it wouldn't be so loud. The louder the saboteur gets, the closer you are to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. The 5-second shift. There's a tiny window between the moment you feel inspired to act and the moment your brain talks you out of it. Neuroscientists estimate this window lasts only a few seconds. And if you hesitate beyond that, the mind starts flooding you with reasons to delay, perfectly tailored to your fears and insecurities. This is where the 5-second shift comes in. It's a simple yet powerful technique to bypass your internal resistance and take immediate, aligned action. The rule is this: the moment you feel the nudge to act, Count down in your mind -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move before your mind has the chance to argue. Why does this work? Because counting disrupts your mental autopilot. It interrupts the habitual hesitation pattern and gives your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part of your brain, a chance to take control before the saboteur kicks in. The 5-second shift isn't about recklessness. It's about acting before fear has time to disguise itself as logic. You're not leaping blindly. You're leaping before self-doubt builds its cage around you. Imagine you feel the urge to send a message, make the call, apply for the opportunity, speak up in the meeting, sign up for the course. Instead of pausing to think it through, you use the countdown. And by the time you reach one, you're already in motion. This technique works because action creates momentum, and momentum rewires your mind. Every time you use it, you weaken the power of hesitation and strengthen your identity as someone who follows through. Small actions compound. One 5-second shift today could be the reason you look back months from now and realize that was the exact moment everything began to change. Everything you need is already here. One of the biggest lies we're taught is that we need something out there before we can begin. A certain amount of money, the perfect timing, the right people, more confidence, more knowledge, more signs from the universe telling us it's safe. But here's the truth. Everything you need to begin is already within you. You don't need to get courage before you act. You build courage by acting. You don't need all the steps mapped out before you start. The next step appears once you're in motion. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. Readiness is born the moment you commit. Every great transformation starts with a single decision. I will move forward with what I have from where I am as who I am right now. That's it. The world conditions us to believe we are lacking, so we postpone. We postpone our dreams waiting for an external sign, not realizing that the sign is our own desire. The calling you feel in your chest, that pull towards something more, is the proof that you have what it takes to begin. Think about this. Every resource you've ever gained came after you decided to act, not before. The skills came because you started. The opportunities appeared because you were already moving. The people showed up because your energy shifted. The guidance arrived because you had already said yes. You are not starting empty-handed. You are starting with a mind, a body, a soul, and a calling, and that's more than enough. When you realize nothing essential is missing, you stop waiting for life to give you permission. You become the permission. And that's when doors start opening faster than you ever thought possible. Fear-based versus purpose-driven living. Every decision you make in life is fueled by one of two energies, fear or purpose. Fear-based living keeps you in survival mode, always playing it safe, avoiding discomfort, protecting what you already have instead of creating something greater, and convincing yourself that staying still is the same as staying secure. Purpose-driven living, on the other hand, moves from a completely different frequency. It's not about avoiding risk, it's about following meaning. It's not about staying safe, it's about staying true to the deepest part of yourself, even when the path ahead is uncertain. The tricky part is that fear often disguises itself as logic. It says, wait until things are more stable. Make sure you're completely ready. Don't make a move until you know exactly how it will work out. On the surface, that sounds reasonable. But underneath, it's rooted in the belief that you're not enough as you are right now. Purpose speaks differently. It says, this matters. This is calling you. Move now, even if you don't have it all figured out. Purpose doesn't promise a smooth road, but it promises a meaningful one. And meaning is what gives life depth, momentum, and a sense of destiny. When you choose purpose over fear, something shifts. Your decisions align with who you truly are, not with the smaller version of you that fear is trying to protect. Opportunities that seemed invisible start to appear. People who share your vision begin to cross your path. Your energy changes, and the world responds in ways that feel almost impossible to explain. Fear asks, what could go wrong? Purpose asks, what difference will it make if I do this? Right now, you're being invited to choose which energy will lead your next chapter, the safe path you already know, or the meaningful one that's been waiting for you to step forward. You've reached the end of this message for a reason. You're not here just to feel inspired for a few minutes and then go back to life as you. You're here because this is your moment to decide. Every shift you've ever wanted starts with a single choice. I will not wait any longer. The clarity you've been seeking, the opportunities you've been hoping for, they don't appear when you think about them. They appear when you act. And the truth is, not deciding is a decision in itself. Choosing to wait and see is choosing to stay where you are. And if you've watched this far, you already know that staying where you are is no longer an option for your soul. This is your invitation to move now. To send the message, sign the paper, have the conversation, take the first step. To disrupt the cycle that's kept you looping back to the same reality again and again. You don't need the whole plan. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need to feel ready. You just need one thing: to decide that this is the day you begin. Because here's the truth: your future doesn't start someday. It starts the moment you choose it. And the longer you wait, the more you reinforce the life you say you want to leave behind. So breathe deeply, feel the weight of this moment, and then step forward. Your extraordinary future is not waiting to be found. It's waiting to be claimed. If this message resonated with you, subscribe now to stay connected with the energy that awakens you. Like this video to anchor this frequency in your field. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a transmission that your spirit needs. And comment below: I am the frequency. Let the universe hear your voice. You're not here by chance. You're here to rise and remember who you truly are.